Hello students. So today we will study about the components of Microsoft Access 2010. So you see what are the components here. So before learning about the various functions of the Microsoft Access, we have to familiar with the components of the Microsoft Access in the window. As you see here, uh, that is a quick access toolbar. Here is the topmost horizontal bar, the title bar. This is called the entire where all the buttons are there. This is called the ribbon. And this is in ribbons is a set of many groups. There are many groups on the ribbons. Okay, so this is the file tab. There are different tabs: home tab, create tab, new data. So here you find the tools tab. This is the navigation pane on the left hand side. This is the work area, and here is the status bar. That you find the navigation buttons moving from one record to another record. This is the view button in which we want to open the table. Okay, so today we learn that how to create a blank database and how to edit, create a table in the database. So now move on the next topic, title bar. So title bar is located at the top of the window and display the name of the current database. So whatever the name you have given to your database, that name will be displayed on the title bar. Now quick access toolbar. So this toolbar is present at the top left corner of the access window. It contains the most frequently used command buttons. So whatever the command buttons you are using more frequently, like the save, copy, cut, paste, all these you can find in the big access toolbar. By default, it has three buttons. Should not adding any buttons to this toolbar. By default, there will be the save, undo, and redo button. Three buttons will be available there. Ribbon. Ribbon contains the various tabs, each with several groups of relevant commands. Some tabs appears when you work with certain objects like forms. Such tabs are called contextual tabs. Okay. So this ribbon you will find the several groups, and every groups has some common properties, some common commands are there related. So some tabs appear when you work with certain objects like forms. So such tabs are called contextual tabs. So here you find when you work on a particular thing, so that group will be automatically highlighted. Navigation pane. So the pane is present on the left side of the access window. So it displays the name of the object used in the database such as tables, queries, forms, reports, etc. The navigation pane on the left side, which I have shown you, it will display the name of the object used in the database. Like you are in the database, we add tables, we add a queries table, we add a forms, we add a reports, etc. So these names all you will find in the navigation pane. Navigation button, as the name suggests, helps in navigating through the records. Right, from one record to the record you can move. The navigation button displays the current record number in an object, which record you have opened. Now, you see the object tab. The object that you have opened in the database appear at right end of the work area in the tab form. So in the tab form you will find the work area. Click on any tab, display the contents in the work area. So when you click on that tab, the contents will get in the work area. Now to close the current tab, click on the cross button on the right end of the bar. So the close button, if you click it, that will be closed. Status bar. Located at the bottom of the window, on its extreme left, it displays the name of the current view, in which view it is open, in the datasheet view, in the design view, or in the form view. And inside displays four view buttons. See on the right you will find the four view buttons, which are datasheet view, design view, pivot table view, and pivot chart view. We will study all these view in detail. Okay. So now you see creating a blank database. That's how you will create a blank database in Microsoft Access. So Microsoft Access allows you either to create a new database from scratch or to create a database by using pre-installed templates. So there will be pre-installed templates also. With the help of that also you can do it. So Access provides many automated wizards that helps in making a database, tables, forms, reports, etc. On open Microsoft Access, how you will open this Microsoft Access? Click on the start, go on all program, in all program find Microsoft Office, and Microsoft Office find Microsoft Access 2010. So when Access opens, you will find the backstage view of the screen. So this is the backstage view of the screen. On the screen you find the backstage view. So by default the blank database option is selected. See, it is selected by default under the label template sections. So in the blank database task pane on the right, Specify the file name in the file name text box. So in the right hand find the class, the name of the database file name that you have to give. If required, you can change the path from the browse button, place it into the file name box. So that also you can change it that where database you want to save your database. Okay. So you can see it here. A new tab, table tools will now be visible on the title bar. Table tools, okay. Now all that tools will be visible on the title bar. With the help of that, you can uh, create a table. You can see it here also. Okay. So this here is the file name you give, and here is the browsing by C. The location of the database you can set. Here on the create button is there. Clicking on create, the database this will be created. So when you open a new or existing database in Access 2010, the objects in the database tables, forms, queries, reports appear in the navigation pane. Here this is the navigation pane. To view the objects, click on the drop-down arrow of the Access objects in the navigation pane. The fields tab is selected by default. Now see the working with the tables, how you work in the table. So a table is a database object which is used to store information in an organized manner. So in the database this is a table we add, and this data table is a database object. So this table only used to store the information in an organized manner in the forms of rows and columns. It consists of rows and columns with small rectangles called cells where rows and columns intersect. So where rows and columns intersect, that is called the cell. So that is called the cell. So these rows and columns are referred to as records. So this one row is called the records and fields respectively. Columns is called fields. So one row is called one record, one column is called one field. So each cell of data in a table is a part of both a field and record. Okay, so each cell of data in a table, data is a part of, cell data is a part of field and record. A field is a name, unit of information. So it stores one type of information about all the objects or items. So one type means one data type. Either it will store the number only, either it will store the text only, either it will store the link only. Each field has a data type that determines the type of value that can be stored under it. If any field you have set a number data type, you cannot write the text in that field. The type of data contained within a field is described in the title at the top of each field known as field names. So every field or title is called field names. So the field name that we define should give a clear understanding about their content. It is essential to create a structure for a table before entering data in. So first we create the structure, that is we design the table before creating the table. Okay. Now see the data types. What are data types? Data types are used to declare the fields of a table. A data type determines the types of data a specific field can accept. Once the data type is defined, we cannot enter a different type of data in it. If we try to do so, another message will be displayed. The following table describes the available data types. See what are the available data types. Okay. Now see. The first is text data type. Used to store the text or combination of text and numbers that does not require calculation. Such as address and phone number, we set the text data type. The fields with this data type can have maximum 255 characters. Next is the number stores in numeric information that you can use for calculation. So a number data type can store integer value as well as decimal value. The maximum size of the number field can be 16 bytes. Memo stores the text and numbers up to 65,536 characters. It is used for descriptive fields such as notes, comments, and description that we set the memo. Date or time stores date type information like date of birth, date of joining, date of leaving. Then the maximum size used by this data type is 8 byte. So calculations related to the dates can be done in this field type. Auto number creates a sequential number whenever a new record is added to a table. The value in the auto number field cannot be changed. It stores the data as 4 byte values typically used in primary keys. So this auto number is automatically added by this number ID is added by the Microsoft Access. Okay, we cannot change the value. SMO data type is used at places where the field can have only one possible value. It can either be true or false, yes or no, or on or off. For example, student can either be a male or female. Now see the query data type. It stands for object linking and embedding. It is used to embed an object created in another application such as Microsoft Word document, Excel spreadsheet or PowerPoint presentation into the Access table. It stores up to 2 GB of data. So what is the size 2 GB it can store. So it used to embed the object in the application, such as what document you want to add in here, Excel spreadsheet or PowerPoint in the Access table you want to add. So that also you can store it. Hyperlink. So the hyperlink data type can store links to web pages, websites, files on an intranet or LAN on your computer. It stores up to 1 GB of data. So the hyperlink data can store the links to the web pages. So there's many different links you can store here. As we store the links of the YouTube's videos on this school website. So that is also we are storing in some database. So lookup wizard. A lookup wizard helps you to create field whose values are chosen from the values in another table, query or list of values by default. Access sets the lookup fields into the numbers data type. Okay. So this lookup wizard has to create a field whose value chosen from the values in another table. Another query that values or list of values you can choose it. So attachment, this type of allows you to attach the images, spreadsheet files, documents, charts, and other types of supported files to the records in your database, much similar to the manner you attach files to the emails. Okay. Next, you see this type data type is used when the user creates the table fields that calculate the values. The calculations can include values from fields in the same table as well as from built-in access functions. This data type is mostly used in case of queries, forms, and tables. So this is also a calculated data type. So this we are using in the table fields to calculate the values. The calculation includes different access functions, built-in access functions are there like we are using in the Excel. Some functions are there, some functions average, all these things here also. Rich text, text or combination of text and numbers that can be formatted using the color and font controls. So that also we can do it here. Okay. So today we will see that how to create a blank database. See, this is one Microsoft Access I have opened. That is the backstage on the screen of the Microsoft Access. That is the backstage. Now here by default blank database is selected. Here we give the database name. Yeah. So suppose we are going to give the student information table. Student information, not a table. Student information. This is given. Now click on the create. Now see the location that we can change here. My location is set on the C drive, user folder, HPI and documents. So that also you can change it by clicking on this and by browsing it. Okay. So here we have set it. So that also you can change the locations by browsing. See here. So any location now here at the present you can see this is the in the document folder. Now see in the document folder this my student information is going to be saved. So if I want to change this location, so I can change it from here. I can select any file. Suppose I want to save in the in this download folder. So I will select download. Here it will be download. Okay. So now it is in the document. Let it be in the document download. Now click on the OK. See here if I will select the download, it will go in the downloads. So see here. See users SP downloads. Okay. It is changed as you can see. Now let me do it in the documents only. So here again I am selecting the document. Okay. Now okay. Now see again documents. Create. So now see, this table is open in the datasheet view. Now I have to design my table because student information table is going to store the information to the student. So what information will be there? Student's roll number, student name, student age, city, student's mobile number. Like this, we are going to store. So first click on the view tab. It will ask you the table name. Here you write the student. Uh, Student, okay, student information, student information, okay, student information I have written the name. So see student information database I have written here. So here you can write the school name written from the school database. Okay, that we can write the school name, but here I have written the student information database, and here the table name is also same. So we can change this also. Okay, so we have to Now we are going to design our table. So this should be the roll number. So here I will write the roll number. Now press tab. Auto number. See, this is automatically it will give the number. So I am going to set it the number data type here. Press tab. Now you move to second field. Second field you are going to write the name of the student. Okay. So name. Okay. See, this is text data type. Again, third field we are going to set age. What? Age. It should be the number. It should be in the number. Okay. Now, city. We'll write city. City should be the text. No problem. Now, roll number, name, age, city, class. You can set class. It should be the number. Now you can write the mobile number. Mobile number. It should be the text. Okay. Now that is all happened. Now what we will do? Now we will open this table in the data sheet view to enter the records. So to enter the records, to enter the values in each field, we have to open the table in the data sheet view. Again, go on the view tab, click on the data sheet view. So first you must save the table, click on S. Now the my table is saved. Now you see that is roll number, name, age, city. Now here I will give the roll number. Suppose I give first roll number, roll number one. Or number 101. Okay. Now name suppose I have given Ravi. Next age of the Ravi is suppose 15 years. City suppose he is belonging to Lucknow. Next tab class suppose he is belonging to class 8. So here I am writing 8. Mobile number we can give is suppose 9648369742. Okay, this we have set. Now move to the second record. So one record is automatically added if I press the enter key. Now that one record is automatically added into my table. So second roll number I can give 102. Name I can give Sachin. Sachin. Age I can give suppose here I have given 16. City I have given here suppose Basti. Class I have given suppose this is of class 8 also. And roll number some other given 9648369794 2. Similarly, the third record also be added, okay, like this. So like this, we are going to add the records in the table, okay. So how to generate a query table that we learn in the other class. So this is all for today. Today actually similarly we add so much records. Okay. So we can open this table in the form view also. When you click on this thing and click on the table in the form view. So see how it will appear. So that you also I will teach you uh, in that. Okay. So you will find this see the form. So in the create tabs you will find the form. Click on the form. See what will happen. See the student information. Each field is represented. First record here in this form view. At one time you can see only one record. Here see I have given roll number 101, Ravi 15, Lucknow 8, and this. Okay. Now if I want to move another record here is see click on this button. So when I click on this, you will find the new see roll number next. If whatever you want to enter, so 100 see next roll number 100. Just okay. This is design only. Just Now, as you can see here, okay, so we are moving the next record 102, and after that, there is no record which we are adding, okay, records. So here we have to add the information. Just a minute. Okay, so like this you can see by typing the values in this cell, you can add the information. You can add the information in each. Okay, so this is the form view. All you will find here. This is the form view. Again, by clicking on it, you can. This is the form view. You have to click on the form view. Now it is active C. Now here you can write the roll number 103. Now you can move in the next field name. You can give suppose here you write 1. Age you can also write here. Suppose you written 20. City also you can write. Suppose you written Delhi. Class suppose you have given here 12. Mobile number you have written 9648369745. Okay, like this. Now another you have moved. So when again you open, you will see when you we are going to open this view in the data sheet view table. You see here is the form view, layout view, and design view. Now when we move it to the another view, here you see the form view is there, layout view is there. So you select all views there here. You need to select the design view, layout view, form view. Okay. So in the create tab again you have to go. So here you see the form view there, design, blank forms, others are there, query in the table. So again click on the form, go in the view, you'll find the this is the design view. Here you can design the form also. Okay. So like this you can do it. So okay. So this is the layout view. By clicking on this, you can go on the first record folder. Here is the student information table, okay, that is active. And here also you can see by the so all tabs are there. Student information, the form view, student information one is there. Here my previous table, that is the student information in the dataset view, which is there. Okay. So here we have added a thing in the student information one that you have done. Here is see three records in this form you have entered. Okay. So like all this is. So one of three and the next also you can see all the other sorts. So this is the student information table in this one. So after that you can close it. Okay. So this is all for today. In the next class we will study how to apply the filters on the Microsoft Access. So this is all for today. Thank you, students.